Your sixth sense is not just a random feeling or a simple gut reaction, it is a profound, innate ability that taps into energies, patterns, and truths that are invisible to most people. For chosen ones, this sixth sense is heightened to such a degree that it can detect subtleties in people's behavior, in their intentions, and in the underlying energy of situations. It is this extraordinary perception that allows you to sense things before they even happen, to read between the lines, and to know the unspoken realities that others are too blind or too distracted to notice. Imagine walking into a room and immediately feeling the tension before anyone has said a word. That sense of unease, that immediate awareness that something is off, is your sixth sense in action. It is not paranoia or overthinking, it is a deep, instinctive connection to the truths that lie just beneath the surface. Many people dismiss these feelings as coincidence or imagination, but for chosen ones, this is a constant, undeniable part of life. It is like having a radar that detects hidden motives, unspoken fears, or concealed desires. This ability allows you to navigate life with a clarity that most cannot comprehend, but it also comes with its challenges. Because you see beyond appearances, you notice inconsistencies and subtle signs that others overlook, and this can create tension or discomfort in interactions. People may feel exposed or vulnerable around you without understanding why, simply because your presence resonates with honesty and insight. Your sixth sense does not lie, it reflects reality with a precision that can be disarming to those who are not used to being fully seen. It can manifest as an uncanny awareness of people's emotions, a recognition of hidden agendas, or an instinctive understanding of situations that seems almost supernatural. For instance, you might pick up on subtle shifts in tone, micro-expressions, or body language that reveal underlying feelings or thoughts. Where others might be oblivious, you feel it deeply and immediately. This ability is both a gift and a responsibility because it gives you access to knowledge and insight that can profoundly influence your decisions and your interactions with the world. When you trust your sixth sense, you act with a level of discernment and awareness that is far beyond the average person. You are able to detect lies, spot manipulations, and identify intentions with remarkable accuracy. Yet, the very clarity that makes you powerful can also create tension in your relationships. Not everyone is comfortable being around someone who can see through pretenses or sense unspoken truths. People often unconsciously react with suspicion or defensiveness when they sense that you know more than they are willing to reveal. Your presence alone can make people re-evaluate their actions and words, sometimes triggering insecurity or doubt. This is why your sixth sense can have a noticeable effect on the dynamics of trust in your relationships. When your intuition highlights inconsistencies, it can cause others to question themselves and their own choices. They may feel exposed, even if you have not said a single word or confronted them directly. The truth is, your perception often bypasses the need for verbal communication entirely. The energy you project, the way you respond to subtle cues, and the awareness you carry can signal to others that their inner thoughts or intentions are visible, which can create unease. This is not a flaw in you or a judgment of them, it is simply the result of heightened perception. Understanding this dynamic is essential for navigating relationships and interactions as a chosen one. You must recognize that your sixth sense will inevitably reveal things that are hidden, and that others may not always be ready to handle that level of awareness. It is not your responsibility to fix their discomfort, but you do have the responsibility to manage your own awareness with balance and intention. Developing discernment in how and when to act on your insights is crucial. For example, there may be moments when sharing what you sense is necessary, and other times when observing quietly is wiser. The ability to read the energy of a situation or the hidden truths in people allows you to act strategically and with wisdom. It enables you to protect yourself from deception, to align with those who are authentic, and to make decisions that reflect the deeper reality of life. Over time, as you strengthen your connection with your sixth sense, you begin to understand patterns that others cannot see. You notice recurring themes in behavior, situations, and relationships, and you develop a deeper comprehension of cause and effect in social and personal dynamics. Your intuition becomes a compass, guiding you toward opportunities, away from danger, and toward people who resonate with your true energy. Yet, this power can feel isolating at times, because so few people experience life with the same depth of perception. It can be challenging to explain your insights, and often others may dismiss your warnings or observations. This can lead to frustration or loneliness, but it also reinforces the importance of trusting your own instincts. You learn to rely on the subtle signals and impressions that your sixth sense provides, knowing that your awareness is valid even when others cannot see it. This skill allows you to navigate life with an extraordinary level of insight and foresight, giving you the ability to anticipate challenges, recognize opportunities, and make choices aligned with your highest path. It is not merely about sensing danger or reading people, it is about perceiving the underlying truths that shape reality. Your sixth sense acts as a bridge between the visible and invisible, the spoken and unspoken, the surface and the depth. It allows you to operate in a dimension of awareness where most people are blind, granting you clarity, intuition, and wisdom that can transform your life and influence the lives of those around you. Recognizing and embracing this gift is the first step toward mastering it, and understanding how your heightened perception impacts others is a vital aspect of becoming fully aware of your role as a chosen one. By trusting your sixth sense, you are able to navigate life with insight, avoid hidden pitfalls, and align with truth in a way that is unmatched by ordinary perception, allowing you to act with foresight, compassion, and confidence in every situation. Chosen ones often trigger subtle trust issues in others, and this is not a coincidence or an accident, it is a natural consequence of the extraordinary perception and energy that you carry. When you possess a heightened awareness, a sixth sense that sees beyond the surface, you unintentionally reveal what others may be hiding from themselves or even from you. This doesn't mean you actively expose people or try to make them uncomfortable, but simply by being present and fully aligned with your intuition, you create an environment where truth becomes more visible. Many people go through life living with unexamined fears, secrets, and insecurities. They construct masks to protect themselves and maintain a sense of control, but when a chosen one enters their space, the energy you emit challenges those masks. Your clarity, your instinctive understanding of situations, and your ability to read between the lines can act as a mirror, reflecting back aspects of themselves they may prefer to ignore. This reflection often triggers subtle trust issues because people feel exposed or uncertain about what you truly know. Even when you do not speak or confront them, your perception communicates more than words ever could. The human psyche is extremely sensitive to energy, and most people subconsciously respond to shifts in awareness around them. Your presence may cause them to second-guess their own decisions, question their motives, or wonder whether they are being seen for who they really are. This effect is particularly strong when the sixth sense you possess is finely tuned. You notice inconsistencies in behavior, unspoken tensions, and hidden intentions, and even if you do not articulate these observations, they radiate through your demeanor, your tone, or your subtle actions. As a result, people around you may feel unease, uncertainty, or insecurity without understanding the true source of their discomfort. In many ways, the trust issues you trigger are not a reflection of any wrongdoing on your part, they are a reflection of the truth that your intuition exposes. Your insight reveals gaps between appearances and reality, between what is said and what is meant, between intentions and actions. For some, this can feel threatening because it forces them to confront their own inner contradictions or hidden agendas. In relationships, whether personal or professional, this effect can be especially pronounced. Friends, colleagues, or even family members may find themselves questioning their own honesty or loyalty simply because they sense that you perceive more than they expect. It is not that you are mistrustful by nature, but that your awareness naturally invites a higher level of accountability and authenticity. This dynamic can be difficult to navigate, particularly for those who are not accustomed to operating at such a high level of perception. People may react defensively, become withdrawn, or attempt to manipulate situations to protect themselves. In these moments, it is essential for chosen ones to remain grounded and discerning, understanding that the discomfort they create is often necessary for growth and self-reflection. The subtle trust issues you trigger can serve as a form of purification or awakening, forcing those around you to confront their own motives and align with integrity. Your energy acts as a catalyst for truth, revealing hidden patterns and prompting others to examine their behavior more honestly. While this may create tension, it is ultimately a positive influence, because it encourages clarity, accountability, and personal growth. Over time, you may notice patterns in how people respond to your presence. Some will feel inspired, drawn to your insight, and motivated to elevate themselves in your awareness. Others may feel defensive, skeptical, or uneasy because your perception challenges their comfort zones. Understanding these patterns is a critical aspect of mastering your sixth sense and navigating the social dynamics of being a chosen one. It allows you to interact with others with empathy and strategy, recognizing when your energy is helping to guide them toward truth and when it may provoke unnecessary resistance. The trust issues you trigger are subtle, often manifesting as hesitation, doubt, or a sense of uncertainty in others. They are rarely overt but are present in body language, tone, or the unspoken tension that arises when your perception catches something they would rather keep hidden. This subtle influence can be both a protective mechanism for you and a learning opportunity for them. By observing how people respond to your awareness, you can gauge character, discern intentions, and navigate complex interactions with greater skill. Moreover, your ability to trigger trust issues without confrontation highlights the power of nonverbal communication and energetic influence. Chosen ones operate at a level of consciousness where energy carries meaning, where presence alone can shape perception, and where awareness can alter the dynamics of a room without a single word. This is a responsibility as much as it is a gift, because the way you choose to wield your intuition and perception can either support others in aligning with truth or create unnecessary friction. Learning to balance your insight with compassion is essential. While it is natural for people to feel uneasy in the presence of heightened awareness, it is also possible to guide them gently toward understanding and trust. By demonstrating consistency, authenticity, and respect for boundaries, you can help mitigate the defensiveness that arises while still honoring your own perceptive abilities. Another aspect to consider is that the trust issues triggered by chosen ones are often temporary, especially when handled with care. People may initially feel threatened or insecure, but over time, exposure to your clarity can foster growth, accountability, and a deeper sense of connection. When they recognize that your insight is not judgmental but rooted in truth and understanding, the discomfort transforms into respect, trust, and appreciation for your perceptive gift. This dynamic underscores the importance of self-awareness and intentionality in how you interact with others. Being conscious of the impact your presence has allows you to navigate social situations with finesse while remaining true to your heightened perception. Ultimately, the subtle trust issues you trigger are a reflection of your power as a chosen one. They signify that your intuition and insight are operating at a level that cannot be ignored, that your energy is influencing reality in ways that most people cannot consciously perceive. By embracing this aspect of your gift, you can use it to protect yourself, guide others, and move through life with discernment and wisdom, turning what may initially seem like a challenge into an extraordinary advantage, allowing you to operate with clarity, confidence, and strategic awareness in all areas of your life. Understanding and controlling your sixth sense can turn what seems like a problem into one of the most powerful tools a chosen one possesses. Your intuition is not a passive ability, it is an active force that interacts with energy, emotion, and information on levels that most people cannot access. While many may feel overwhelmed or confused by their heightened perception, learning to harness it allows you to navigate life with unprecedented clarity and influence. The first step in mastering your sixth sense is recognizing that it is a reliable guide, even when it seems to contradict logic or conventional reasoning. Your instincts are rooted in patterns, energies, and subtle cues that the conscious mind cannot always immediately process. By trusting your intuition, you begin to align with a higher level of awareness that allows you to anticipate outcomes, discern character, and identify opportunities or dangers that are hidden from ordinary perception. This trust is not blind faith but a deliberate practice of observing your internal signals and comparing them with real-world outcomes. Over time, this strengthens your ability to interpret the nuanced language of energy, body signals, and instinctive impressions. Controlling your sixth sense also means learning to manage the emotional intensity that can accompany heightened perception. Many chosen ones experience overwhelm because their awareness is constantly picking up on hidden emotions, intentions, or energetic shifts in their environment. Without proper grounding and focus, this can lead to mental fatigue, anxiety, or even misinterpretation of what your senses are conveying. Techniques such as meditation, mindfulness, or energy clearing practices can help stabilize your perception, allowing you to filter the signals you receive and focus on what is truly relevant. By creating this internal clarity, you are able to use your intuition strategically rather than reactively, turning what could feel like a burden into a source of insight and power. Another important aspect of controlling your sixth sense is learning how to act on your insights without creating unnecessary conflict. Because your awareness is heightened, you naturally perceive truths that others may be avoiding or unaware of. This can make interactions delicate, as people may react defensively when confronted with realities they are not ready to face. The key is to balance honesty with discretion, using your intuition to guide your decisions while maintaining harmony where possible. This is where discernment becomes essential. Knowing when to speak, when to act, and when to observe silently can prevent misunderstandings and preserve relationships while still honoring your own perception. As you gain mastery over your sixth sense, you begin to notice patterns in the way people and situations respond to your energy. You can anticipate behaviors, recognize hidden motives, and navigate complex social dynamics with precision. This level of insight provides a significant advantage in both personal and professional contexts, as you can make informed decisions based on subtle cues that others overlook. Your perception becomes a compass, guiding you toward truth, alignment, and optimal outcomes. In addition to practical advantages, controlling your sixth sense also enhances your personal growth. By understanding the energies and intentions around you, you can identify sources of imbalance, toxicity, or stagnation in your life. This awareness allows you to make conscious choices about who and what you allow into your space, creating an environment that supports your development and the fulfillment of your purpose. Moreover, your sixth sense becomes a tool for emotional intelligence, helping you empathize deeply with others while maintaining boundaries. You begin to understand not just what people are feeling or thinking but why they feel or act that way. This insight fosters compassion, patience, and strategic empathy, allowing you to respond to challenges with wisdom rather than reaction. Controlling your sixth sense also means honing your ability to differentiate between your own energy and the energies of others. Many chosen ones initially struggle with this distinction, absorbing emotions, thoughts, or intentions from their environment and mistaking them for their own. Learning to establish energetic boundaries, to recognize what belongs to you and what belongs to others, is essential for maintaining clarity and mental stability. Practices such as visualization, grounding exercises, or energetic shielding can help create this separation, ensuring that your intuition is accurate and not clouded by external influences. As your mastery grows, you may also discover that your sixth sense extends beyond perception into influence. Your awareness and energy can subtly shift the dynamics around you, creating ripple effects that guide situations toward clarity, truth, or resolution. This influence is not about control or manipulation but about using your heightened perception to act in alignment with integrity and insight. It is the natural outcome of operating from a place of awareness and conscious presence. Another critical dimension of controlling your sixth sense is integrating it with practical decision-making. While intuition provides insight, applying it effectively requires translating perception into action. This means learning to combine your instinctive awareness with reasoning, planning, and strategy, ensuring that your choices reflect both insight and wisdom. By bridging intuition and action, you become a chosen one who not only senses hidden truths but also navigates life in a way that maximizes your potential and impact. Finally, embracing your sixth sense as a tool rather than a burden transforms your relationship with the world and with yourself. You begin to see challenges as opportunities, confusion as clarity waiting to be uncovered, and uncertainty as a space for discernment. The trust issues, misunderstandings, or resistance you encounter from others are no longer obstacles but indicators that your awareness is functioning at a level they may not yet comprehend. By controlling your sixth sense, you step into your full power as a chosen one, using intuition as a guiding force that enhances your life, strengthens your relationships, and aligns you with your purpose in ways that ordinary perception could never achieve. Your sixth sense becomes not just a gift but a tool for mastery, protection, and profound insight, allowing you to operate confidently, strategically, and with deep understanding in every area of your life, turning what once felt overwhelming into a source of unparalleled advantage and empowerment.